Hello and welcome back to the Dragon Den. I'm KingofDragons 5000 and today I have another action figure review. Today I'll be having a look at the Metahumans Toys Mafex Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. My first impression of this new Batman is that it was going to be a reissue of the previous Justice League Batman. However, there are some very new parts included. Besides getting more heads, and we do lose out on some accessories, they did go back and retool this Batman's torso. But overall, the look here on Batman is perfect to what we saw in the movie. Having a look at his accessories, Batman does come with 4 different head sculpts, including an unmasked Bruce Wayne head, several sets of hands for various style posing and holding his weapons, and lastly Batman does come with his grapnel gun as well as 3 batarangs. This version of Batman is modeled off his appearance in the Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. And I think it has to be one of the best versions of the Justice League Batman that we've gotten in action figure form. Taking a look at the head sculpt, this has to be the best version of Batman's cowl that we've had in action figure form. The detailing on the cowl is quite impressive, where we do have the furrowed brow. And the likeness to Batman from the movie is actually quite impressive, and Mafex has done a really good job capturing that look. And on all the heads, they included Bruce Wayne's 5 o'clock shadow. As we move down to Batman's torso, they did a really good job retooling his brand new body. This body is beefy and massive, and it replicates what we saw in the movie. The line work going throughout his costume is done very well, and I like the inclusion of the added armor bits. The extra armor does continue on Batman's arms, where you can see it's on his shoulders, biceps, and triceps. And the line work and texturing on the costume is still very impressive going throughout his arms. And as we move to Batman's gauntlets, he is wearing those modified gauntlets which absorbed energy. I do like the fact that Mafex went out of their way to dry brush this bronze color throughout the gauntlet. And we also do get that bronze color going throughout his knuckles. That bronze color continues here on Batman's utility belt, where it is nicely applied. It is a modified version of the belt that he was wearing in Batman vs Superman, and it's painted very cleanly from the buckles all the way down to the utility pouches. And Batman does have these beefy legs which show off his muscular physique. I do like the fact that you can see the striations in his muscles, and it's a really good detail, especially with the line work going throughout his legs. And as we move down to Batman's boots, he is wearing these black boots which have some surprising detail, especially with some new line work. Strangely enough, his toes aren't colored in that bronze color, which is a little bit unfortunate, as that was how they looked in the movie. But we still get some line work going throughout his boots, and the sole is actually sculpted really nicely. As we move on to Batman's cape, it's made in this faux leather material and looks really good in this scale. And one thing I absolutely love is the fact that there is a wireframe in this version of Batman's cape. So overall, the sculpt work on this Batman is quite impressive, and I love the subtle shading going throughout his outfit. The texturing might be a little bit extreme at this scale, but it does work for the Justice League Batman. So with the paint and details out of the way, let's compare Batman to our usual suspects. Being part of the Mafex line, Batman is going to scale better with true 1/12 scale, meaning he's going to be slightly too small for domestic figures. Even fitting in with 1/12 scale, Batman is going to be slightly broader than your average figure, and that is pretty much what we saw in the movie. Even comparing him to the original Justice League Batman, you can see he is quite massive compared to that old figure. Having a look at his articulation, Batman does have a double ball joint in the head and a ball joint in the neck. Ball jointed butterfly joints and ball sockets for his shoulders. His arms hinge out to the side and do a full 360. He has a swivel in the bicep and a double hinge in the elbow. Ball hinge style wrist joints, Batman is going to have a double ball joint in his upper torso and a double ball joint in his lower torso. Ball hinge hips do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. He will have a double hinge in the knee. Moving on to his ankles, Batman does have a ball hinge style joint in the ankle and a toe hinge. And finally, Batman is going to have a wireframe at the edges of his cape. I am a huge fan of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and finally having a Mafex Batman to be proud of, it's really good having this figure in hand. At the time, the original Batman was a pretty solid figure, but having this Batman in hand, it's pretty obvious that that figure had some flaws. And this Batman more than makes up for that original figure, as we do get a much more accurate body where we have a much broader Batman. Even though my favorite look for Batman is a BVS style outfit, I really do like the way that Mafex sculpted this new Batsuit. The addition of the armor plating on the abdomen as well as the shoulders is a really nice touch, and they did a really good job sculpting all that impressive detail going throughout his costume. Add to it, this costume is going to be a dark grayish blue, where that original figure was practically a gunmetal black. This figure does come with quite a few accessories, however the original release did come with more accessories, which it is unfortunate we don't get that here. But what we do have here is a much more accurate version of the Justice League Batman, and it looks really good, especially when you pose him to the rest of your Justice League display. Overall, the look and feel of this Batman is really good, and pictures don't really do it justice. Having it in hand is the only way to really experience how good this Batman really is. At the time I'm making this video, Batman did just release overseas and is starting to hit stores such as Big Bad Toy Store. If you're a fan of Zack Snyder's Justice League or just want a very impressive Batman in your collection, this is one figure I highly recommend you check out. And before you go, thank you once again for watching another video here on the Dragon Den. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Justice League and Mafex videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.